Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. There may be no living American dumber than the flatulent spy-humping California Congressman Eric Swalwell. No matter your politics, we all look at Swalwell kind of like a weird little congressional science experiment. Swalwell will do anything, say anything, to advance his political career. After the Buffalo mass shooting, Swalwell tweeted out, "My 4-year-old just FaceTimed to ask me what I'm doing to help the people in Buffalo, and why did the bad man do this? Absolutely gutting. This cannot be normal. It's time to ban assault weapons." So that's standard issue Swalwell right there. That's why we all laugh at him. He connects with America's dumbest people. He always has. This week, Swalwell released a campaign ad on Twitter with a headline, "MAGA Republicans want women arrested for having an abortion. This is what that looks like." The ad starts with a loving, wonderful nuclear family, husband, wife, and 2 kids eating supper, and then the cops show up.
Mary Anderson?
Yes?
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest for what?
Penal Code 243 violation. Unlawful termination of a pregnancy. We'll have to submit to a physical examination.
What? By who?
No one's touching
Sir,
me.
Ma'am, turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Eric Swalwell, so many things I could say. That's his campaign ad. I don't even know why he's bothering. He's in a district where he can't lose. Moving on, Meghan Markle has her own podcast. If you enjoy making your ears bleed, this week she talked about her time as briefcase girl on Deal or No Deal back in 2006. She claims she ended up quitting the show because she was not valued for her brain.
Valued specifically for my brain. Here, I was being valued for something quite the opposite. There was a very cookie-cutter idea of precisely what we should look like. It was solely about beauty and not necessarily about brains.
Oh. Markle went on to say that she could always hear the woman that ran the show behind the stage telling her to suck in. One thing I will say, Meghan Markle is no dummy. She conned the entire royal family, destroyed the life of a prince just to escalate her wealth and popularity. You can say a lot of things about Meghan. She is awful, but she's smart. Moving on, another unabashed liberal exposed for being just flat out trash. The late host James Corden, total Trump hater. Here he was on 60 Minutes talking about covering Trump on his show.
I don't even consider it to be politics. I consider it to be right and wrong. I consider it to be good versus evil.
So Corden pretends to be the chubby nice guy on TV, right? But evidently he's been banned and then eventually unbanned from New York City restaurant celebrity hotspot Balthazar. The owner, Keith McNally, putting out an Instagram post yesterday ripping Corden, saying, "James Corden is a hugely gifted comedian, but a tiny cretin of a man. And the most abusive customer to my Balthazar servers since the restaurant opened 25 years ago. I don't often 86 a customer. Today I 86 James Corden." There were 2 separate occasions where Corden was horrible to the staff. This guy that pretends to be the nicest guy in the world. In the first instance, Corden finished his main dish, showed a hair to the manager, and demanded free drinks, even though he makes millions of dollars for telling stupid jokes with a British accent. And if he didn't receive the free drinks, he threatened to destroy them with a nasty Yelp review. On the second occasion, Corden started screaming at a server, saying, "You can't do your job. Maybe I should go into the kitchen and make it myself," because his wife's egg yolk omelet, having a little bit of egg white mixed in with just the yolk. I wonder if the wife has the same, well, I won't say it, the same weight issues as James, eating just the yolks. Since the owner put out this post, Corden apologized for his behavior and is no longer banned from the restaurant. James Corden is not sorry at all. He's just sorry because now people have realized what he is. He's just an awful person, flat out. Just wanted to throw that one out there. And finally, George Floyd's baby mama, Roxy Washington, has a scheme to get rich. She's suing Kanye West for $250 million after Kanye claimed George Floyd died from fentanyl.
And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend.
So that interview has actually been taken down. George Floyd's family has issued a cease and desist letter to Kanye, claiming West made these false comments about Floyd's death to promote his brands, increase marketing value and revenue for himself, which is what they're going to need if they want to win a lot of money, which is what they want. It's ridiculous. Like that's going to help his brands at all, saying that? He's just speaking his mind. As for Floyd's death, he did have fentanyl in his system. He resisted arrest violently and refused to get into the back of a police cruiser violently. And so he was eventually laid on the ground and restrained, at which point he yelled out he had done too many drugs. However, the coroner's report did indicate that Floyd was killed by police. But you could argue that coroner might have been a little bit worried about putting anything else out there at the time. The whole country was on fire. Just speculation.